this was the first time I've ever gone through any form of coaching, and at first I was a little nervous because I didn't know what to expect. Like I remember our first call, and I was like, "So what do we do?" Like somebody encouraged me to speak to you, um, and I'd always had the belief that coaching was this kind of woo-woo thing that Americans did, and it wasn't like a real thing, right? I was like, I'm not going to speak to another guy about how I'm feeling about things. I was like, that's not what us Northerners do. My initial perception was I had a lot of these conversations that I had with you in the early days in my own head, but I had nobody to be able to actually ask questions that helped me to find the solution. So pretty quick into those sessions, I was finding like, oh, penny drop moments of, yeah, that's right. Oh, I've never thought of it like that.
It's been a wake up call. The great thing with the coaching for me was how it's fundamentally changed my thought processes, how I try and approach things. And just having someone sat opposite you, just asking a very simple but direct question, which kind of stops you in your tracks and think, well, actually, why am I thinking that? Why am I feeling that?
The reason that coaching has helped me is because it's broken things down and it's allowed me to understand and recognize my pattern behavior. And it's allowed me to acknowledge certain patterns of behavior.
In the first session, it was remarkable because uh, when I went away from that first session, I was able to pinpoint and know what the point was I was stuck at, why I was stuck, and what I could do to get myself unstuck. It was phenomenal. So it was just such a leap in that first session, which is why I've decided to come back time and time and time and time again.
If you ask me how my coaching journey has been, is it's been a great one. It's been a journey where I've seen continual progress over years.
The process of coaching with you has been a greasing of the rails. You've been able to just point out where there's grit on the track, where the friction is. And I've been able to see that. And so I felt like I've had that support to grow into a new life.
Yeah, historically, it felt like I was in a rally car trying to look down at instructions of where the next corner's coming without being able to see it properly. Right now, I feel significantly more like the driver, which is probably the biggest impact.
Regular coaching helped me understand that I can regulate my emotions, that it is possible to regulate your emotions. It is possible to reframe the thoughts that are going on in your head. Like, I tend to catastrophize quite easily because things build up. And I started to realize that I'm in control. And I just got better and better and better at it. And I became much more empowered.
I just love your multi-dimensional approach to how you both coach, because it just brings so many aspects to the table.
The issues that I've been able to deconstruct in our coaching sessions and then reconstruct in a more positive, life-giving way creates so much value.
Thanks to the coaching I've received, and it is down to the coaching I've received, and it is down to the effort that I've put into to carry through on those things. Generally more peaceful, more calmer, more confident, more secure. And I'd say the big one is most of all is more present. It's a constant effort and intention to be more present.
Having that the bounce that you've given me, and the clarity with which you're able to pick up information that sits under the surface has been invaluable, and has meant that things have run incredibly smoothly.
It's really been a journey of almost like different layers and different depths, almost like we do a bit of work and then we're sort of ready for the next bit. So it's kind of gone deeper as we went through the journey. It felt like a really safe space as well.
I feel about 3 inches taller. I feel like I have control of the situation, much calmer in the moments. I feel just as a better human being in all aspects, whether the husband I am, the father I am, the leader that I am, in many ways when I'm kind of in that mode. I feel like I'm probably the best version of myself that I could be.
You two have an exceptional way of just keeping on bringing us back to our sovereignty so that we can have awareness in our everyday life, to be able to have more confidence, to be in our power, hold our boundaries, and have a joyful life.
The drama triangle, and that was a really helpful exercise. And the circle of sovereignty, that's my boundary. And rather than it being a brick wall, it's a beautiful golden circle of sovereignty that I try and visualize and stay inside.
So I would say for me, the biggest idea and concept that I've taken away from what we've spoken about and what I've continued to practice and refine, and the work that I'm most proud of, and it will be a lifelong journey for me, is this idea of the circle of sovereignty.
Biggest takeaway is that I have somebody that I class as part of my team who is highly experienced in what they do and provides more value than what I pay.
From the moment we work together, the business has without doubt doubled. Staff size has gone from about 8 people up to about 28 people. So like business has grown significantly, which just wouldn't have been able to happen if it wasn't me being in the position to do so.
It's so hard to pin it down like this is the main thing because there is so much. The coaching has gone into so many layers of life, with friendships, you know, with the circles of sovereignty that we talk about, and professional life. It's gone so far.
What's extraordinary is that when you really do change state in those sessions, your whole life changes.
To be honest, I don't think I could find a better coach, because I think you are in yourself an integrous man, and therefore the way you coach and who you are is one. And so how you facilitate a coaching session is very safe, but you don't avoid the hard questions. And so I feel completely safe to be able to go right down deep, open up, get the stuff out, look at it, deal with it, and then walk away with, even if it's not resolved in the moment, but with a process and a plan to resolve that, which is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
I have a lot of tools in my toolbox to pull out, sometimes on a daily basis, sometimes when big things are coming up. And then when really big things come up, I pick the phone up. I think everybody needs a coach.
I've worked with business coaching before, and personal coaching before, but I've never worked with someone who was reading underneath the surface on a wider level, on an energetic level. And that's what's been special.
Incredibly invaluable process that you offer, and I can't recommend it more highly to everybody and anyone.
I'm the biggest advocate for what you do, and I would just say that there is nowhere else I have found the model for the circle of sovereignty anywhere else. It's one of the profound ideas I've come across in my life, which I don't say lightly. As somebody who works with a lot of profound ideas every day and a lot of profound people, and I highly recommend that, you know, if you want to live an internally referenced high quality way of life and have a different way of being, that you and Hannah are the best people to guide you through that.